Donald Trump has always been a fake tough guy. No courage, no conviction, and always ready to bend the knee to anyone who so much as bats an eyelash at him, Vladimir Putin being the perfect example. But Trump's whole fake strongman act falls apart when his cognitive decline is on full display. The brain that was never firing on all cylinders is now melting into the pudding sludge we saw today, right in front of his billionaire buddies. It got so bad that Melania had to step in and save him, an embarrassing episode of cognitive collapse we're going to break down. But before we do, if you haven't already, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, because it goes a long way in supporting our work. And all of this came after a reporter asked Trump about RFK Jr.
We're denying people vaccines. Do you have full confidence in what RFK Jr. is doing?
Well, I didn't get to watch the hearings today, but he's a very good person. And he means very well, and he's got some little different ideas. I guarantee a lot of the people at this table like RFK Jr., and I do. But he's got a different take, and we want to listen to all of those takes. But I heard he did very well today. But it's not your standard. It's not your standard talk, I would say, and that has to do with medical and vaccines. But if you look at what's going on in the world with health, and look at this country also with regard to health, I like the fact that he's different. Okay?
Now, I'll admit I was a little surprised that Trump didn't give a full-throated endorsement of RFK Jr. He sort of tiptoed around it. And after that disastrous Senate performance, it's not hard to see why. But let's be clear, these are two grifters running the same playbook. Trump pretends he's an outsider, not part of the elite, when in reality, he's a two-term billionaire president who bent the system to dump billions into his crypto schemes. And RFK Jr.? He claims he's fighting big pharma, but he's lining his pockets selling pseudoscience, leaving kids vulnerable to measles and worse. That's why before we break down Trump's very own health crisis, Senator Jon Ossoff took aim at RFK Jr. for the damage he's causing.
The destruction of the CDC in Georgia, the systematic dismantling of American public health is putting children and families across the country at risk every single day. This is chaos. It is out of control. And every day this continues, more and more Americans are put at risk by Mr. Kennedy's radical and incoherent ideology. I defend the CDC not just because those who work there are my constituents, but because it is the most important disease-fighting agency not just in the country, but in the world, with unmatched capabilities and responsibility. And the CDC has been systematically demolished since Mr. Kennedy was sworn in. Agency morale is at rock bottom. A quarter of the workforce has been pushed out. It is an agency known for its tenacity and precision and capacity that is now totally in chaos by design. And every day this continues, the damage is compounded. It is time for Mr. Kennedy to resign.
Of course, RFK Jr. should be fired. This entire administration is nothing more than one big grift. That's the mission. Make as much money as possible, no matter who gets hurt. And Donald Trump, for that very reason, has always surrounded himself not with capable, competent people, but with sycophants who can go on Fox News and lie for him. Now, I know RFK Jr.'s voice isn't the easiest to listen to, but he delivers his conspiracies with such fake conviction, throwing out random numbers and statistics that to someone uneducated, it might almost sound convincing. But just like Trump, he doesn't actually know what he's talking about. And Trump proved that again when he couldn't even get through a simple question from a reporter, fumbling so badly that Melania had to step in and save him.
President, I have two questions for you. First, after your phone call with Ukrainian President Zelensky today, do you plan to speak with Russia's President Putin in the near future?
What?
If you will speak with President Putin in the near future.
I will be, yeah, I will be. We're having a very good dialogue. I settled 7 wars. The one that I thought would be maybe one of the easiest. You know that feeling? You think one thing is going to be easier, it turns out to be a little bit tougher. But the one that I thought would be an easier one because of my relationship with President Putin and with Ukraine and everything else, I thought it would be the Russia-Ukraine disaster, where this week 7,014 people were killed, soldiers, in most cases soldiers, a few from Kiev, relatively few, but mostly soldiers, and they're being killed at levels that we haven't seen since World War II.
Now tell me, is that really a picture of strength? A feeble Donald Trump, unable to hear a reporter's question not once, not twice, but 3 times, until finally Melania has to lean over and bail him out. And you can practically see it in her eyes. Donald, won't you just give it up already? I'm so tired of this. And what was the question about? Putin. Of course it was. And honestly, I don't even need to hear Trump's answer, because we all know what it would be. Oh, Vlad loves me. I'm a great guy. I deserve a Nobel Peace Prize. That's all he's ever cared about. Ego and flattery. But here's the kicker. Trump and Melania are sitting at that very dinner right next to Bill Gates. Yes, the same Bill Gates that MAGA world has spent decades accusing of implanting microchips, poisoning the water, or stealing the sun. Whatever conspiracy of the weak they're pushing. And yet there he is, shoulder to shoulder with Donald Trump, both in black tie, laughing it up. So don't ever forget, these people don't care about you. If you're a MAGA voter, they mock you behind your back. They think you're stupid. And if you see through their scam, they're just angry at you, which is exactly why Donald Trump feels so comfortable getting on stage and spouting nonsense like this about the jobs numbers.
Mr. President, tomorrow we have a jobs report coming out, the first since the BLS commissioner who you fired won't be there. A lot of people will be turning to you to see if you believe the data that's released. Can you commit to saying the data will be credible?
The number, I don't know, they come out tomorrow, but the real numbers that I'm talking about are going to be whatever it is, but will be in a year from now when these monstrous, huge, beautiful places, they're palaces of genius, and when they start opening up, you're seeing, I think you'll see job numbers that are going to be absolutely incredible. Right now it's a lot of construction numbers, but you're going to see job numbers like our country has never seen before. Thank you very much. Yeah.
If the numbers help Trump, they're real. If they don't, they're fake. That's his playbook. But it's dangerous. Our economy is collapsing, and he's attacking the very institutions that just report the facts. The problem for Trump? The fake tough guy act isn't landing anymore. Even Marjorie Taylor Greene is breaking from the script, and Nicole Wallace broke that all down right here.
Do you expect you're going to get a little pushback from the administration for getting involved in this?
Oh, I got a lot of pushback. I got phone call after phone call last night. You know, they didn't want me to sign the discharge petition. They want to focus on the oversight investigation. They hate Thomas Massie more than they can hate any Democrat, which makes no sense to me. And they don't want to work with Democrats at all.
Hi again, everybody. Yes, it's that point in the Trump administration where we lead with Marge. It's 5 o'clock in New York. Hey, White House, your panic is showing. Yesterday, Marjorie Taylor Greene, typically a stalwart Donald Trump ally, called out the Trump administration for attacking her over her support for what she just said there, the discharge petition in the House, an effort put forward by Democrat Ro Khanna and Republican Thomas Massie, who she also mentioned, that would force a vote on releasing the full Epstein files. It's just transparency, basically. Apparently, the White House is privately trying to tamp down any support for transparency around the Epstein files, even though that is what an overwhelming majority of Americans, including MAGA voters, want. Publicly, we're hearing Trump's newest tactic to try to make this issue go away, calling the whole thing a, quote, hoax. to watch the survivors and their families of Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell's crimes say this.
We are tired of looking at the news and seeing Jeffrey Epstein's name and saying that this is a hoax. We are tired of it. We are done. We're not going to be silenced.
Mr. President Donald J. Trump, I am a registered Republican, not that that matters because this is not political. However, I cordially invite you to the Capitol to meet me in person so you can understand this is not a hoax. We are real human beings. This is real trauma.
Marjorie Taylor Greene breaking with Trump represents something bigger than just a Republican refusing to fall in line. She actually believes her conspiracies, so if even she is out of step with Trump, what does that say? If he can't bully or bluff his way into total MAGA obedience, the act falls apart. And that's exactly what's happening right now with the Epstein files. We're going to keep the pressure up on this show. If you want to support that, hit subscribe, leave a like, and if you stuck around to the end, drop a blue heart in the comments. And until next time, I will see you soon.